If I had a nickel for every movie Chris Pratt starred in a 2023 movie that featured No Sleep Till Brooklyn, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird to happen twice, right?
Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm sorry for that terrible Dr. Doofenshmirtz impression, but I wanted to try, and I'm just not that talented. But I just got out of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm speechless. Guys, this was a superhero movie. It's not often, at least in my opinion, that we get a good Marvel movie. I have not liked a Marvel movie since maybe Shang-Chi. I'm a diehard hater for No Way Home. I think it's overrated and the cameos and nostalgia carry it, but of course it was a enjoyable ride. There's something so special about this movie and just the way James Gunn directs. I'm not sure if it's because he knows how to balance characters, knows how to make them more relatable than Spider-Man did, John Watts did, within the MCU, but there's something so amazing and heartfelt with each and every character that is written. It's so passionate and unique and genuine. This was definitely one of my favorite Marvel movies, if not one of the best of the entire MCU, which isn't saying too much, especially in the last few years. Once again, Shang-Chi was the last movie I enjoyed from the studio. But wow, what a perfect way to end this trilogy, and a perfect send-off for James Gunn as he goes to the DC universe and directs the premiere movie of that universe, Superman Legacy, which I am so excited about, especially after seeing this. I was kind of against it, but the fact that James Gunn can make such relatable and incredible characters that are universally unknown before the Guardians of the Galaxy movies is incredible. Imagine what James Gunn can do with a character like Superman if he can make the Guardians of the Galaxy feel, well, out of this galaxy. These characters are absolutely incredible. I have been a huge fan of Peter Quill since the first Guardian movie, and he's probably been my favorite character in the MCU because they, couldn't make a good Spider-Man movie for a long time, or at least one that was faithful to the comics or adaptations that we've seen prior. But this is what superhero movies should be about. It should be about relatable characters that we can look up to. And I have a video essay about the Creed films coming up here soon. But something I said in the essay is that you don't have to be 6'5" and ripped and have superpowers to be able to relate to a character, but you should be able to relate to them with what they're going through, how they're feeling, and just their journey of life. And something that's so amazing that James Gunn has been able to cultivate in these movies of these no-name characters is relatability. And similar to Star-Lord, I grew up without a father, but I had an amazing mother who I connected with through music. His journey and path is so similar to mine, and I look up to this character so much and what he's had to go through and what he's learned about family, about importance, about integrity, and understanding that your family doesn't have to be by blood, but it can be about bond. And that's something that's so amazing about James Gunn and his writing and his directing, is that he finds a way to have these amazing, witty, and humorous characters, but also have these real and genuine feelings and thoughts that a lot of superhero films, and especially Marvel films, just have failed to include all these years. And it's just something that I'm so infatuated with. And it gets me so excited to think about this. The second the movie ended, I thought, imagine if James Gunn directed a Teen Titans movie. Can you imagine the justice he would give to Beast Boy, to Robin, to Raven, to Starfire, to Cyborg? Oh my gosh, wow, that would probably be one of the best movies ever made, because I can imagine he would just absolutely oh my god, it would be so amazing. But back to this film, you need to go see this. I definitely recommend it. Rewatch the first 2 films before so you really understand. Notice the little glimpses of teasers for the next films and ways that they build upon the characters, because Gunn doesn't just make a movie and focus on that one, but you can tell he has built up these films with small little seeds he's planted in the ones that have come before to set up these villains, to set up these moral dilemmas, everything. God, it is something. This is seriously an incredible movie, and I recommend it endlessly. I was hysterically crying at the end. I was literally weeping. All my friends were looking at me thinking I was crazy, because it's incredible what James Gunn has done with these no-name characters, how he probably made the best MCU trilogy. I would need to really rewatch the Captain America trilogy, because that's pretty incredible looking back. the fact that he made these no-name characters and what he did with them, and imagine what he's going to do with Superman, excites me. It's so amazing. And what I said earlier in this review, this is a superhero movie, something that we didn't get with Black Panther, or to my opinion, Spider-Man No Way Home, or God, what was even the last Marvel movie? Ant-Man Quantumania? I forgot already. But it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. It just feels like these random characters that have superpowers fighting. There's no importance to the people around them. There's no love. There's no passion. It just feels like another product from a big studio that's wanting us to just make money. Where this feels like a passion project, which it is. James Gunn is a visionary. He is so creative. I don't know if Marvel just allows him to have more creative freedom, or if he's more creative than that bum John Watts. He probably definitely is. But it's just incredible to see what he created with these 3 movies, and I love them so much. It's amazing. I'm normally a MCU hater. I don't think that they have produced good movies, especially in the last few years. Phase 4 was an absolute disaster, and if you think it wasn't, then you must only watch Marvel movies. This is definitely one of those movies that I can't wait to see Marvel stand saying, oh, people are bashing the MCU, but we got this, which is just a diamond in the rough in this pile of garbage that we've been getting the last few years. And this is just, we're not going to get this again. People are forgetting that we're going to get the Marvels next or something. No one's excited for that. It's going to flop so hard. And I'm hoping that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 makes a lot of money, and hopefully that entices a lot of people to watch Superman Legacy when it comes out, and hopefully that'll be amazing, because James Gunn is so passionate when it comes to superhero projects. And because of James Gunn's passion for superhero films, it helps me rekindle and recapture that childhood wonder that I get from watching superhero films. These films should be inspiring. They should make me want to step out of the theater and become a better person, or appreciate the things around me. They shouldn't just be CGI monstrosities that I watch for 2 to 3 hours and eat a ton of popcorn, forget in a few hours. Like, I should have a emotional impact from this in these films. And this is something that Guardians of the Galaxy thrives with. Every single film, I walk out and saying, wow, there was a lot of incredible moments, not just for superhero films, but for a film in general. Now, there are a few aspects of this film that I wasn't a huge fan of. I will say the villain was great, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be one I'm going to remember, like, oh, the Anti-Monitor or whatever. I don't even remember his name. Was that it? I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments. I don't even remember anymore. It was a great performance. The guy was in Peacemaker. He was incredible. I loved him. But it wasn't a performance or a villain that I'm necessarily going to remember forever as like one of the best villains in comic book history. He was great. He was great. I loved him, but it wasn't anything, of course, insane to me. I'd say the weakest part of this movie was definitely the humor, and I definitely felt like there were moments that dragged a bit, but it found a great way to incorporate every single character, build upon them once again, not leave anyone out, and just deliver such a heartfelt and powerful story and message. What's so great is that there's small scenes like Peter like running to jump off a ship, and he dropped his like iPod because he doesn't do like the cassettes anymore, and he immediately runs back to get it. I think most people miss that detail, saying that's so crucial and important to his character. Music is what helped him bond with his mother, who died of cancer, and that he left Earth and abandoned everything and ran away from everything. And that just having that knowledge and that understanding that this is important to him, that music is a central and crucial part of his character, is amazing. Just little moments like that absolutely destroy me. This movie just went above and beyond, showing little details of these important and crucial character elements that I think most directors and writers would have skipped out on. And seeing Rocket's, I guess, longing for family or meaning or purpose is incredible too. And something I've noticed, because I did rewatch the first Guardian films before this, seeing this film, James Gunn planted so many seeds to build these characters. For example, in the first film, they mentioned Peter's father like probably 3 or 4 times in the film, which then led on to Ego. They mentioned Drax, how he lost his wife and his daughter from, I believe it was Thanos, and just building upon that, Rocket being tortured, and of course Nebula being tortured by Thanos as well, and Gamora. It's just incredible, and just watching these characters realize that they are family. I think the best message that I got from this film, all my friends and I were talking about in the car, is that life is not perfect. You can't seek to make everything perfect, to make everything exactly the way you want, but you need to embrace what you have. And that's something that Guardians of the Galaxy exceeds at. It is incredible. I would say that it's probably one of the best MCU films ever. Top 5, maybe. It was absolutely incredible, and this has been an incredible, just beautiful trilogy. And I'm so thankful for Gunn for making it, and I definitely recommend seeing this movie. This was something where these characters were actually superheroes. They're relatable. They went through struggles that we have all went through and thoughts that we've all dealt with. And the way you see some of the characters cope, for example, Peter in the beginning is damn near an alcoholic because of Gamora. He's so depressed and misses her and misses that connection. All throughout the film, he tries to seek that, but at the end, he realizes that he can't force someone to be a person that they are just not. And that's such a beautiful message. Gunn has a great way of interweaving these emotional and deep aspects of characters into his story that is really focused on the humor and just in general actually having a good plot for all these films. For this film had probably one of the best scenes in the MCU. There was this one amazing sequence in the third act. Everyone will probably call it the hallway scene or corridor scene. It was this beautiful one-shot, probably 1 to 2 minute long action sequence, and it was amazing. There was limited there was of course CGI for the things that they were fighting, but it was just really badass and engaging and incredible. It was something that I am been wanting to see from more superhero films, where it's limited cuts, almost like John Wick, where you get to see everything, and it was incredible. The way the camera work was just, oh my god, I don't know. Oh, guys, I'm like freaking out. I literally cried like 30 minutes ago to this film. It was amazing. And I have to give some credit to the performances here. Chris Pratt is incredible. This is probably his best performance I've witnessed. And Dave Bautista, wow, this guy's the best wrestler turned actor, and you can't argue with me on that. He was incredible in Knock at the Cabin, which came out earlier this year. And also, if you've seen Blade Runner 2049, he was in it for like 5 minutes, and oh my gosh, that performance is absolutely incredible. Probably my favorite performance from him, because he does so much of the limited screen time he is given. And man, I cried so hard at the end, just seeing, I won't spoil, but Drax has a moment that is it was something that was built up with his character in the first 2 films, and it had a huge payoff in this one, and I cried very, very hard. Like it was rough. I was not okay, all right? And they did every character justice. I'm stuttering because I'm really emotional. This was an incredible film, and I'm probably gonna go see it 1 to 2 more times in the next few days or weeks, because I was really touched by this film. It's not often we get a good superhero film, which superhero films are my favorite. When they're good, wow, they are good, and they rock my world. Some of my favorite superhero films are The Batman, The Dark Knight, Man of Steel, probably the most underrated superhero movie ever made, top 5. Spider-Man 1 and 2, the Maguire films. Oh my gosh, like you just can't go wrong with some of these films. And there's something so special about a good superhero film. And I was walking out of the theater telling all my friends, saying, wow, that was rejuvenating. It is rare that we get good superhero films. Quantumania was terrible. Black Adam was terrible. Shazam 2 was terrible. And of course, the MCU's been a disaster. Of course, the DC Extended Universe has struggled, but they've released some films that are quite nuanced and different, so I've appreciated it. And The Batman is probably my favorite film of all time, other than Blade Runner 2049. So I was very emotional that we finally got a good superhero film that feels like a superhero film. It's emotional, it's impactful, and it makes you want to be a better person. Once again, this was just a perfect ending to the trilogy. The music was amazing, as always. That's something that's been amazing about this trilogy, is that it had amazing music throughout, and all my friends and I were rocking the playlist on our way back and bumping, and it was great. But overall, guys, this was a superhero film where they saved people, where they had an important message to learn and grow and become stronger, not just internally, but helping the people around them become stronger as well. It's weird to say, but this is such a family movie, because it's not about just one character or 2 characters, but everyone. It's about being there and supporting each other and being understanding of their feelings, but also being understanding of what they need to do to protect those around them. And it's incredible to see these characters grow, and it was tied together so damn perfectly. I am in love with this film. So, my final rating is a 4.5 out of 5. I was leaning towards 4 a little bit, but since I cried like a bitch at the end, I feel like I had to give this a 4.5, itself. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick review. I ranted a lot on it, honestly. Like, I'm emotional. I can't be thinking at all right now. I just wanted to get this out there, letting you guys know that you need to go see this movie immediately. It was absolutely amazing. So make sure to like and subscribe, and peace.